Hello and welcome to another video on Proactive Investor. Today we are going to be talking about the 5 books of all times regarding wealth creation, success and growing any business. But before we get any further, be sure to smash that like button because I'm sure you will have a lot of wisdom to take away from this video. So without any further ado, let's get into the details. Number 1. Your Money or Your Life. Now, this book is one of the best ones to be read, and that's because it lets you have a very great subtle relation between you, your money, and the rest of your life. One of the best illustrations from this book is that, for example, if you make $50 an hour and go out for a dinner that costs you $25, well, then simple math here that this costs you half of your day's earning if you worked just for an hour. As a matter of fact, this is actually so true, or else you will not get to enjoy that hot and delicious meal of yours. And but on the other side of the coin, it gives you a proper understanding of things that actually costs, and everything that you buy actually not only requires some money but also that extra amount of time that you actually put out to make that money. And now again, if you go and get yourself a pair of trousers that costs you $50, well then again it costed you not only $50 but one full hour of work from a roughly 40-hour work a week. But please do not take me on a negative note because you actually need to spend some money so that you could actually pay down for your essentials and some luxuries every now and then. The advantage of this thought process is that you can actually analyze how things work, how to plan your expenditure, and to keep a proper check on your money. That from wherein is it coming and from where is it going out to. And I strongly believe that having such a mindset is absolutely necessary because, as personally talking about myself, I really enjoy saving my money and investing it properly so that my money can work on its own, and as a result, in that future makes me more money. It really becomes essential to save some money as your rainy day fund because at times of any unpredicted disaster, it is that money only that's gonna save you and let you come back to track gradually. Adding something more to this is that there are many people out there who make over $100,000 every year, but due to the unwise spending habits and a whole sort of crazy way of spending, at the end of the year they are actually left with nothing much to save or to make any further sorts of investment. But now again, let me get this clear that I'm not telling you to be a horrible crap and spend no money at all, be super frugal. Rather, on the same note, I would also recommend you to be very wise with your spending and instead focus on delayed gratification, as that is going to be the sole way how you could actually be able to set yourself up financially for the future. And so, on the final note, I would recommend you to pick up this book and read it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna change the perspective you have with your money. The second book on the list is Think and Grow Rich. This book is literally worth every single penny that you actually put into this book. It took me almost a week to complete from cover to cover and was absolutely blown away. It really changed the way how to look at things from a materialistic point of view and understood that it was not just about affording stuff but also a more deeper meaning into it. I would strongly recommend you guys to read this book from page to page and line by line so that it could make full sense to you and leverage the most out of it. This was a book that I read and was seriously blown away with its content. Reading this book alone had a very strong impact on my life to this day, and I would strongly recommend this to each and every one of you watching this video. This book is partially in line with the book Secret, which is basically all about manifesting your own thought process into your favor. Now, your thoughts are seriously important under such circumstances because you can actually manifest the things that you want with your thoughts alone. After all, that is the place where your wants and desires come into places. However, this is not all true because if you wanted $1 million, just wishing your way through it is not going to actually happen. Instead, you need to be having $1 million game plan and the endless amount of intrinsic motivation and desire to fulfill that goal. And then only your thought process is gonna make any sense. The best thing about this book is that it breaks down everything so simple, and the entire book has been written off in such an easy to understand language that you would seriously find it way too interesting and knowledgeable. At first, most successful people believe that whatever they want can actually be achieved in real world out there, and they have a definite goal to which they head off with all they got in themselves and expecting for the best in the process. A lot of the information mentioned in this book is so realistic that I have seen many people around me applying this into their lives and turning their dreams into reality. As a matter of fact, this book is absolutely insane when it comes to providing value. Most of these people have a tunnel vision about what they want and what they actually wish to achieve, and as a result, they take all the necessary and desired steps to get to the goal no matter what. The third book on the list is The Millionaire Next Door. This is the third book I would highly recommend. Why? Well, to be honest, it's gonna shatter all your preconceived notions and thoughts of being a billionaire. As a matter of fact, most millionaires out there are not very flashy, and instead they try to keep it as simple as possible and at times live as frugally as possible. As a matter of fact, you're gonna be seeing that an average millionaire lives like a common Joe. They don't happen to be driving around a brand new Mercedes every other year or have a lot of flashy belongings. Well, as a matter of fact, I do appreciate having stuff like that once in a while. Being head to toe in Gucci at the same time is not the best thing to do. You should also be more into savings and investing wisely. This book mostly focuses the realistic point of view of a multimillionaire, which is that they mostly avoid making any sort of impulsive purchases no matter how much amount of money they might have and avoid looking flashy. It should be a more common sense that despite having $1 million doesn't mean you're gonna be spending it all on wasteful things that you do not really need at all. Most millionaires out there are first gen millionaires, and they instead had a very good sense of investing and building long term wealth because at all times they avoided such flashy purchases or rather endorsed delayed gratification. This is a book I would highly recommend for you guys to go and read. The number 4 book on the list is The 4-Hour Work Week. Now, this book is not the kind of which gives a millionaire kind of mindset, but on the other hand, it is more on passive income. The amount of money that you can actually generate with putting in immense amount of hard work or an amply amount of money that could eventually pay out dividends or royalty so that you do not need to actually put in a lot of work once you are established. And this is the reason why this book really stands out from all other books. However, building a source of passive income could be actually a lot of initial work. In the long run, it's all gonna be fruitful and beneficial. This book really encourages you to do stuff online or the kind of work that could actually be outsourced, like writing and publishing a book, selling products online and more. This book is more of a how to guide for long term investment, and that could make you a lot of passive income in the long run. The last book is Awaken the Giant Within. Book number 5, Awaken the Giant Within. Personally speaking, this book has put down a major impact on my life. A lot of the credit to my success goes to this guy, who is Tony Robbins. I have listened to almost all his podcasts and most of his books, which did make a lot of difference into my life. And most of the differences that it has been made on is that the limiting beliefs that we have are set by ourselves only. This actually means that somebody who can keep us from achieving something is us only. In fact, it also ignites the want in you to give a 100% into whatever you actually do. This book mostly evolves around the bullet points that the limiting self sabotage are the places where you would actually really hit hard, no matter if it is career oriented or relationship. This book gives an immense amount of self confidence, which is absolutely necessary and seriously needs to be taken into consideration. You need to realize that capping yourself is pushing down your own self esteem and triggering that immense amount of self confidence, and that amount of crazy charisma towards your work is an absolute must. Doing this will not only put you ahead in your career but will also let you have an immense understanding of how actually things work and your need to excel in life. In one way or the other, I would say it would trigger that sense of subconscious belief and thought process, which is absolutely a must to have in life at any point in time. So these were my top 5 recommendations when it comes down to building up your self-confidence, wealth and mindset. Reading these 5 books alone should not take more than 6 months period of time. You might even find some of them completely for free. If you can't find, then get them from your nearest bookstore or ordering them from Amazon would not be a bad idea. With that said, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel to keep having a bigger picture about the world around you.